In today's episode, you will see me being genuinely scared.
I'm too scared.
But I survived.
Hey, good news, I survived.
And sometimes you just have to finish the parts yourself.
The holes need to be drilled. Oh my fucking god.
Because why not make car repair even more personal?
Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Here is another video, but today we won't be fixing BMW E87. If you already watched some of my previous videos, you already know that I have a series where I bought BMW and try to flip it, but firstly fix all the issues. If you are not familiar with it, I highly encourage you to go and check it out. But today we will be dealing with my daily driver, which is Škoda Superb, and it desperately needs new rear and front shocks and coils, so we will be dealing with this stuff today. I'm not sure how much work I can done today because it's already something past 8 p.m. and the sunset is in 1 hour, but what I definitely want to do is to assemble the whole shock with mounting, boot and bump stop. I think these things are called, like I said, to simply to see if I have all the sockets, all the keys necessary for this job. And in my opinion, it's better to assemble it in my basement as to remove the stuff from a car and then realize that, oh, I'm missing some stuff to do this job properly. So that will be the first step, and I think tomorrow we will do the actual replacement of the rear suspension. Okay guys, we teleported into my basement. First of all, sorry for the mess I have here. This working area is still in progress and I don't have storage for all this stuff yet. But anyways, in those two boxes we should have everything we need for replacing the front and rear suspension together with coupling rods. Here I have in this plastic bag a lot of nuts, a lot of bolts, which should be replaced or during replacing rear shocks or any shocks, rear and front. And in this box especially we have shock bearings for rear, the dust boot together with the stop bump and the shocks themselves. Hey. So I have manual in my laptop right there, so I should have all the torques required by the manufacturer, and yeah, let's go and try to assemble it. So the first stuff you want to do when you are using the new shocks is to pump the shock themselves 3 to 5 times. So let's firstly do that. I'm using shocks from TRW.
And I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you, baby, up with a slow motion crew, and we up in our growlings when people change, but not us, and we just chillin'.
Do the same procedure for the another one.
I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I
Okay, so what I have here, as I said, this is the shock bearing, this is the stop buffer and the dust protective boot, and I believe, at least from the pictures I have as a reference, this stop buffer should go like this first part should go inside. Yeah, okay, it wasn't that hard. Then on the top of this will go that shock bearing. Okay, what it will look like if I put it on top of the shock. Perfect. Okay, and now all we have left is to use this shock rod nut to tighten it to 25 Newton meters. Hey, and exactly as I thought. I clamped the shock absorber into vise to hold firmly in place, but then I realized that I don't have this socket which goes right into here. So I'll have to order one and hopefully it will be back tomorrow. Okay guys, that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. No, just kidding. I'll get you to back tomorrow or the day after.
One day later.
Yesterday I was thinking whether it's necessary to buy some socket or extension to tight the shock bearing into the shock, and sometimes you don't have to buy expensive or unnecessary tools. Sometimes it's all you need is use common sense and locking pliers. I used in the previous video. I bought them for removing glow plugs from my E87, and now actually I can reuse them again. So once again, clamp the shock absorber into vise to hold firmly in place, and now use that locking pliers to hold the rod of shock absorber, and now we can tighten the shock nut. The downside of this is I cannot tighten it to exact torque spec, so the only thing I can do is to be gentle. Yeah, that should be enough. And now it's nice and hopefully nice and tight. And with those two rear shocks prepared for tomorrow's change, we can move into assembling front shocks as well. Regarding the front suspension, it's a little bit trickier because you have to compress the spring or coil to put it onto shock absorber. Shock from Bilstein, upper mount with shock bearing from SKF, spring from Sachs, dust protection, and rubber boot or rubber stopper from key YB. So first of all, for compressing the spring I will be using this widowmaker. I didn't work with this stuff before, but I saw a lot of YouTube videos how to properly work with this tool, and we have to be really careful. Hopefully no harm to me or my property will be done. Hopefully everything will go smooth and I will survive this operation. Okay, so let's do it and hopefully I will survive. Spoiler alert, I survived, but honestly, using this tool was way out of my comfort zone. I kept imagining one of the spring compressors slipping off and the whole coil launching across the basement. That's exactly why I used a regular ratchet instead of impact wrench. I wanted full control over every turn on the thread. But looking back, using an impact wrench gently might have actually been the better option. After just a few turns, I already struggled to compress the spring any further by hand. Sorry guys, sometimes you have to admit that you don't have balls for this kind of job. I will take it tomorrow morning to the garage to some guy to assemble the shocks with the coils. Sorry, I wanted to show you the DIY process of compressing a spring and putting the shock absorber, but I'm too scared. Sometimes you have to admit that this job is not for you. So yeah, I will get back to you tomorrow and we will be putting it to a car. Well, it's tomorrow, so let's pretend I'm still motivated. Hello, so as you can tell, we are going to change the rear shocks with coil spring. And the first step is to jack the car up, support it with jack stands, and then we can actually remove the wheel, and you know the drill. Okay, so once the car is actually on jack stands, secured, now we can proceed with disassembling part. I watched multiple tutorials how to replace shock and spring, and I think I will go this way. I will remove this bolt holding wishbone into the or together with the wheel hub. Before that, I will surely use that spring compressor I'm so scared to use to compress the spring. Then remove this bolt here, so the whole wishbone will come down and I can remove the spring. And regarding the shock itself, here are a few bolts, T25 I believe, which are holding the wheel arch. And under the wheel arch there are some, I don't know, 16 or 13 bolts which holds the upper shock mount. This is the state of this shock. Yeah, it should be pretty simple. Yeah, here maybe we'll see it right behind the spring. There is a level sensor for headlights. I have to remove that as well, because once I will drop down the wishbone, I'm afraid that this sensor will break. There is only one level sensor on each, one on the front and one on the rear side. So yeah, okay, let's go. First of all, let's use some wire brush and WD-40 so the rust will come apart. Okay, so with the spring compressor in place, holding hopefully spring coil spring in place, so it won't jump out of the bearing once I will drop down the wishbone, we can proceed with disassembling the fastener holding wishbone into wheel hub. From the front side there is a fastener, from the other side there is a nut, both 18mm bolts. Hey, good news, I survived. The coil didn't kill me, which I'm happy. But I realized that I forgot to buy this rubber mounting, but it doesn't look that bad. It's not cracked anywhere, so it will be fine to reuse, I guess. If I compare the old one and the new one, as you can see, the coil should go like half of the turn. Yeah, here. It's definitely broken. What else is broken is, I told you I have to disconnect this level sensor, position sensor, and guess what? I didn't do it, and now it's broken. And the mounting, rubber mounting for the bottom, a little bit rusty as well. Next plan is to remove this shock absorber. First start with this bottom fastener here, and I will try to fix some. I don't know how, but I will try to fix it somehow. Ah, my God. Yeah, mechanically unqualified. That's me.
Getting to the bottom shock bolt was, how to say it, a nightmare. I mean, it wouldn't have been that bad if I didn't place the jack stand exactly where I needed to fit the impact wrench. With the proper car lift and an actual garage setup, this whole job would probably take me a third of the time. And that's exactly why I'm trying to break this bolt loose with a good old-fashioned breaker bar.
Did you see it? Hopefully I was recording. It was a little bit hard to record because I had to, with one hand, hold the shock and with the other unscrew those bolts. But we remove this cap. This will go into the new shock, and we can look at the state of this one. I don't know whether this mounting is not sure, but it doesn't cost much, so I'll replace it. We will clean these holes, something like that. Not sure how much you will see from this angle because I will stand right in front of the camera. Okay, so basically what you want to do is use copper grease for every new bolt. Yeah, like we have it here. Put some on the top, put that old cap back into place, and now we can install the new bolts. We will use torque of 52 Newton meters for those top bolts. And just make sure you are holding the shock absorber with both hands, or at least one hand, sorry.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Wait, what? Okay, it seems like I really need to drill the holes by myself. I just have no idea what kind of design this is, but apparently the holes need to be drilled. Oh my fucking God. Okay, never mind. We got this, so I'll be right back and with drilled holes there. Guys, I swear that the holes on the other upper mounting was already pre-drilled.
Alright, let me just pause here for a second. I will admit it, this one's on me. I should have unboxed the top mount as soon as it arrived and returned it right away. But seriously, why does this kind of cringe stuff always happen to me? Especially when I'm replacing shock absorbers for the very first time in my life.
Yeah, perfect.
Luckily, the rest of the shock went back in just fine. I greased up the fastener with some copper grease and slid it back into place without a problem. Nothing complicated. So far. $39. Perfect. I will try to bring you closer. Now, what I will be doing is to clean this here, where the bottom of the spring will sit. I will try to do the same on the top side. I will try to clean these mounts as well. Okay guys, sorry, yesterday my phone died and I was in time pressure, so I didn't want to wait until the battery will charge and then continue with the replacement. So I decided to show you how I managed to put the coil spring into the car on the other side. It's the same process, and one benefit of it is that I already know, or at least I know, I think I know how to proceed with coil spring installation. But yesterday I somehow managed to do it, and also I thought that the whole thing will took me about 2 or 3 hours, replacement of one side, but it took me about 7 hours. And to comparison, today I spent like half an hour changing the shock absorber, and I'm pretty happy with the how smooth it went. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it will go as smooth with the coil as well. I think I stopped somewhere when I was trying to show you how you put the upper and lower mounts, rubber mounts of the coils. So let me show it to you. Okay guys, so when you have a coil like this, I think it doesn't matter which side you will put it into car. I will put this on the lower side, this on the upper side. Here is the lower mounting, rubber mounting, here is the upper. The thing is that you have this pin from the bottom side which goes into the wishbone, and here you have some stopping thing. Here should be the stopping line or stopping part of the rubber mounting. Here is the pin that goes into wishbone. You have a hole in wishbone for it, and you will simply put it inside the wishbone like this. Yeah, I was thinking whether I'm not talking trash, but it does make sense that this is for the end of the spring. And for the upper part, I think it doesn't really matter how you put it. And yeah, that's all. That's all. And now it's time to put this coil spring back to the car. Guys, not sure how well you will see it, as my fat ass will be in front of the camera. Firstly, I will try to put it as it is and see how much space I have there. Indeed, I had no space there, so I had to use my favorite widowmakers. Firstly, let's compress that spring. With the rear spring, there is no need to go overboard. Compressing it by around 2 cm is usually enough, and after that it should fit back onto the wishbone without much trouble. The tricky part comes right after that. You need to lift the wishbone using a jack and lock it in place with a fastener. The problem? I was about 5 cm short of getting the jack underneath the wishbone. So yeah, I had to get creative. A few planks and some leftover concrete bricks did the job.
Look how off center is that wishbone to yeah, do you see it? To wheel hub. It's like 2 centimeters, so I will need to use pry bar and pry it to the front of the car and yeah, center that position, so I'm able to fit that wheel hub inside the wishbone and put the bolt there.
Sometimes brute force is the answer. Just don't forget to book a rear axle wheel alignment afterwards, unless you enjoy the sweet crab walk handling.
That hole is almost centered. Now I will have to pry it this way. Yeah, sure. That doesn't seem like a huge issue. Let's do it, because in 1 hour should came storm here. Perfect, I jacked up the car a little and you see that bolt is all the way inside. So now what I have to do is to put a nut there.
This fastener needs to be torqued to 90 Nm plus 90 degrees. It's important to tighten the bolt with the suspension unloaded, so I raised the rear wheel hub to exactly 39 cm from the top of the wheel arch.
Perfect. So, job done. I'm really happy. Okay guys, while you are watching me cleaning the mess I did, I would like to thank you for watching this video. Honestly, I wanted to replace the front shocks as well, but for me, who doesn't know or doesn't have any experience with repairing cars, just only some general knowledge I grabbed during watching some videos on YouTube. It's really hard to do some repairs, so it takes me significantly longer than some experienced guy. So that's why I will be addressing the front shocks in the next video. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing to my channel. It will help the algorithm to recognize me, as I want to spread my joy to the world of YouTube. And leave me in comments what I did wrong, what will you change, the approach I took, and leave me a comment about it, so I can learn from you guys as well. So again, thanks a lot for watching it. I really appreciate it, and see you in the next video. Not sure if with this daily or this shitbox right there, but I will see you and you will see me. Thanks guys. Bye. Guys, I didn't want to record this scene initially, but I have to share my joy and my surprise with you. I didn't think how such a big difference can be made by changing only one side of a car, or rear side of a car. It's like day and night. The car feels much more safer, much more confident on a driveway, and like I'm really enjoying it. All bumps feels like nothing, and it's like day and night. The car is not floating on a way anymore, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and I cannot wait to change the front of a car as well. I ordered brand new tires, so we will be switching to them, and then wheel alignment have to be done, and you cannot imagine how I cannot wait for all these repairs to be made. In 1 week we are traveling like 1,000 kilometers, so yeah, it will be much more enjoyable driving this car. Okay guys, this is definitely it for today, and thank you for all of you who are watching this video, and yeah, I'm very surprised. I'm positively surprised. That's the main thing. Okay guys, so take care and see you in the next one. Bye.